Let me ask you a simple question. How much time do couples spend discussing wedding venues, guest lists, clothes, jewelry, photography, honeymoon plans? Months, and sometimes almost a year. Let me ask another question. How much time do couples spend discussing children, values, boundaries, emotional conflicts, family expectations, emotional needs? Often very little. And that is a problem because a wedding lasts a few days, a marriage lasts decades and a lifetime. As a psychologist, one of the most common things I see couples discovering is major differences after marriage. This person changed. This he or she was not the same during our courtship. And I often wonder that how is it that you couldn't figure it out earlier? Because those things were never discussed. Even if they were discussed at a very superficial level. There was no attempt made to deepen the bond with each other, to really understand the kind of person that they are getting married to. Many people think that they, ne- they never even thought that they should ask these questions. If we love each other, everything will work out. Love is important, but successful marriages are built on conversations, not assumptions. Today, I want to ask or share some questions that you should be asking yourself and discuss with your partner while you are preparing um, in the process of marriage. Number one question: what does marriage mean to you? It sounds obvious, isn't it? For some people, marriages mean companionship, um, family building, emotional support, duty and responsibility. If but if two people have completely different expectations, disappointment becomes likely. What kind of marriage do you hope to create? And how can you find some commonalities in that? This question is might sound very boring to discuss with your partner, but it's a question that you need to learn to talk about. If you think you don't have any answers or this is a question not even worth asking, you need to seriously change your attitude towards marriage. Question number two: how important is family involvement? In India, this question is crucial. Some people expect daily family involvement, others expect greater independence. Neither is right or wrong, but differences need discussion. Ask yourself or discuss how involved should parents be in our decisions. Avoid assuming you both think the same way. Question number three: what does respect look like to you? Everyone wants respect. Few people define it. For one person, respect means being spoken to politely. For another, public support. What behaviors make you feel respected? In fact, when you ask these questions to each other, the answers may surprise you. What makes you feel respected may not feel respected to your partner. He might have a different issue. I once remember I had a couple where the wife continued to complain that my husband does not defend me in front of others, and that is what makes her feel disrespected. And according to the husband, he was always nice and respectful to her in day-to-day needs. Um, and for him, occasionally not supporting her in front of others did not matter. Now, both were correct. Both were trying their best, but somewhere there was a gap in the expectation. Sometimes your partner needs may not feel disrespectful by bigger things, but they may feel disrespectful by smaller things. It's important to discuss that. Another question to ask: how will we handle conflict? Conflict is guaranteed. The question is not whether you will fight, the question is how you will fight. What will be your strategy to fight? So, what happens if we are upset? Do we talk immediately or we take space? Do we need time to process? This conversation prevents future misunderstandings. It's like you're creating um, you know, a battle plan. But this battle is not a negative battle. It's an amazing, amazing growth filled battle where both people win. Remember, marriage is like going in a war, but both win. Both come together and win. If only one ends up winning, it's not the right battle. One more question. What are your expectations around money? Money is one of the biggest sources of marital conflict. You may discuss spending habits, savings, investments, debt, financial goals. What role does money play in your life? Some people seek security, others seek freedom, others seek status. So understanding these differences would matter a lot. Um, Sometimes when two people get married, and especially women feel that they has especially when they marry into business families. So in business families there's no clear cut structure sometimes of a salary. So it is generally a second or a third generation continuing in the business. And so women often complain that while all our needs are taken care of, but we don't have financial independence. We always have to ask. um, One might say, okay, you have to ask from parents, what is the problem there? But it is important. It For somebody it might be a source of huge respect. So um, so these are some things that are very important, to discuss. Then another important question is, do you want children? You would be surprised how often couples avoid this discussion. Talk about whether you want children, when, parenting philosophy, responsibilities. Love cannot solve fundamental questions on this topic. Love cannot solve these differences. So, love is not enough. I've shared in previous videos as well. Love in itself cannot make a relationship, and especially marriage, work. In fact, love can make it more toxic, because if love comes without communication, without understanding, without patience, then it is not healthy at all. Think about these things. If you want to understand more things, you have more questions, please feel free to write me on the comment box, and I can make future videos on the same. Thank you.